So we're here today to talk about chickens and variety we have here on the Fish and Chicks farm. It's old Swedish dwarf hens, or gammalsvensk dvärghöna in Swedish. So it's an old variety that got here in the 19th century from the East Asia Swedish Trade Association. So it got here by boat. So these are relatives to the jungle hens. Kind of a backstory, but yeah, these chickens ended up here not by coincidence, but my good buddy was supposed to come here 1 or 2 years ago for my birthday, and then he asked if I wanted something as a present. So I knew he had some chickens, so I told him to give me some chickens, small ones, and preferably with a quiet rooster. But then he asked me if I had like a couple of days to arrange the build a chicken coop, and yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then he called me for a week and asked me how the chicken coop was doing, and I didn't have time. So yeah, fast forward like a year, and then I had my summer vacation, and finally I had the time to build. So then we built a chicken coop, and then my buddy came over and we released some chickens, and during that year I had plenty of time to read up on how to care for chickens and such, so that was probably good. My first idea was to have them in the sauna just back here. It's an 1980s sauna in a basement, no windows, no nothing. So the only thing that's good for is for drying tobacco or keeping chickens. Anyhow, that's how they got here, and I'm glad they did, because they are very friendly creatures, and today we got our first eggs also. We have some calculations to do to give you an introduction to costs and incomes, investment payback time, and all that for these couple of chickens. So let's go. 2,000 dollars. So incomes, that's more fun, so let's do that one live. So the obvious, it's perhaps eggs, and let's put the worth on them on like 40 cents each. Remember, these are very organic or ecological eggs. So yeah, we have 4 hens, and let's say they produce 260 eggs a year. That would mean roughly $600 a year. Then we have free rooster soup if we get any too many roosters, perhaps. So that let's put that one at 50. Selling chickens, these are sort of a protective subspecies of hens, so maybe 100. And also fertilizer or poop, somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 also, I think. And yeah, of course, since we're here on YouTube and merch. We don't know this one really because we just started this channel, and who knows. Okay, so this together would be sort of, let's say 800. And to be able to calculate the payback time for this investment that we did, we also need to consider the running costs. So most of these running costs are obvious, I think. Feed, water is zero because yeah, it's not that much, plus they drink rainwater. Power, it's for a tiny heater in there just to prevent water from freezing. Repairs, naturally, and then this one is perhaps important: wine for helpers when you go on vacation, to leave the house, and yeah, you have to have someone that feeds and waters the chickens. So the total we got is 500. And yeah, to calculate the investment return time, we need to have the numbers from the other calculations. So investment was 2000. Then we had potential income of 800 a year, and also running costs of 500. So you can see that each year we're plus 300, right? And 200 divided by 300 should give us the number of years, right? So it's gonna be 7 years. 7 years till we get to the break-even point. However, this payback time does not consider the soft parameters that we used in the tilapia calculations earlier in this series. So like the educational value for kids and such. It's nice to have some chickens, and it's stress relief, of course, and then it's sort of fulfillment from using household leftovers, so we don't need to waste so much food. So the first day of eggs at the house, and apparently they all lay their eggs at the same time. So let's try and see what they weigh compared to this both egg. So if we 26 grams for the first one, and then 52 when we put in another one, and then 78, 105 sort of, so 26 grams each. And the store-bought medium-sized egg is supposed to be 53 to 63, but why not test that also, so let's take 4 to get the statistics. Similar to the other case, so 114 already. So basically it's double the size of the ones from the dwarf hens. So once again we're back at the lab, and this time we'll crack these eggs and make the first oven pancake. So let's go. Let's add on the milk. And the flour. Okay. Give it a good old whisk. And there we go with the rest of the milk also. So down for now, let it just sit. So yeah, I really appreciate that you tuned in today. So be sure to press the like button, or yeah, even to subscribe if you like, or comment. It's always nice to have some interaction. And see you next time.